Hello and welcome to a new episode of our weekly web series, Science in Context. I'm Ryan, and this week I'm speaking to Leonhardt Unruh about how sampling the environment could help us to monitor the spread of drug-resistant bacteria. Leonhardt, how can we track antimicrobial resistance in the environment?
So bacteria are increasingly becoming more resistant to various antibiotics, which means that infections will become more difficult to treat in the future. Now, researchers are trying to monitor the spread of antibiotic resistance using environmental samples which contain bacterial DNA. This can tell us if genes for antibiotic resistance are present, but not which bacterial species or strains these genes actually belong to, strains being subtypes of a bacterial species that might show varying properties. Also, we still don't know how related the bacteria found in environmental samples are to those which cause drug-resistant infections in the clinic.
And how does your work help us to understand this better?
Well, our work focuses on identifying what's in our environmental samples, using a model organism, a bacterial species called Acinetobacter baumannii. Our approach can show us which strains are present in a sample, or what their closest relatives are, and so hopefully tell us more about their properties. Ultimately, it will help us more accurately identify different strains within environmental samples for various bacterial species.
And how could this help us to track antibiotic resistance in future?
The long-term goal is to apply our method to antibiotic resistance research, and it could enable us to use wastewater samples, for example from sewers, to look for bacteria with properties related to antibiotic resistance. This is much more cost-effective than relying on testing clinical samples from patients, which makes it especially relevant for low and middle-income countries. This could help us to monitor how bacterial strains and antibiotic resistance spreads, so we can better target treatments and preventative measures.
Leonhardt, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.